Imagine this. Millions of years ago, long before cities, countries, or even humans existed, there was no America, no New York, no Washington, no Grand Canyon, no Rocky Mountains, no United States. In fact, the entire continent of North America didn't even exist. Instead, Earth was a violent, lifeless world. Massive volcanoes erupted without warning. Rivers of lava covered the surface. The sky was filled with ash and toxic gases. Every single day, the planet was changing. But here's the question. If America didn't exist, then where did it come from? Was North America always here? Or was it once part of something much bigger? To answer that question, we have to travel back. Not thousands, but 4.5 billion years into the past, to the day our planet was born. At that time, there were no oceans, no continents, no trees, no animals, not even the air we breathe today. There was only fire, rock, and chaos. Scientists believe our solar system formed from a massive cloud of gas and dust. Over millions of years, gravity pulled tiny particles together. Small rocks became larger rocks. Those larger rocks collided again and again until they formed a giant molten planet. That planet would eventually become Earth. But the young Earth looked nothing like the world we know today. Its surface was a boiling ocean of molten rock. Thousands of volcanoes constantly erupted. Giant asteroids crashed into the planet. The atmosphere was so thick that sunlight could barely reach the surface. If a human somehow stood there, they wouldn't survive even a few seconds. Then something extraordinary happened. Over millions of years, Earth slowly began to cool. As the surface hardened, the first solid crust formed. Water vapor trapped in the atmosphere condensed into rain. Not for days, not for years, but for millions of years. That endless rainfall filled enormous basins and created Earth's first oceans. For the first time in history, our planet had both land and water. But there was still one major difference. The continents we know today didn't exist. Instead, Earth's outer shell was broken into enormous pieces called tectonic plates. These giant plates float on the hot rock beneath them and continue moving even today. The movement is incredibly slow, only a few centimeters each year. That's about as fast as your fingernails grow. It seems insignificant, but over millions of years, those tiny movements completely reshape the planet. They create mountains, open oceans, destroy continents, and build entirely new ones. Around 335 million years ago, almost all of Earth's land joined together into a single gigantic supercontinent. Scientists call it Pangaea. Imagine looking at Earth from space. Instead of seeing 7 separate continents, you would see one enormous landmass surrounded by a single vast ocean. Modern North America, South America, Europe, Africa, and Asia were all connected. You could have walked across places that today are separated by thousands of miles of ocean. But Pangaea wasn't meant to last forever. Deep beneath Earth's surface, powerful forces were already at work. The tectonic plates continued to move. At first, nothing seemed to change. Year after year, century after century. The movement was almost impossible to notice, but millions of years passed. Small cracks became enormous fractures. The supercontinent slowly began to split apart. Piece by piece, the continents drifted away from one another, and among those drifting pieces, one would eventually become the land we now call North America. But its journey had only just begun. In the next chapter, we'll witness how North America broke away from Pangaea, how gigantic mountain ranges rose from the earth, and how millions of years of unstoppable geological forces prepared